Welcome to episode 2 of the Dolmen Insurance podcast. In this episode, Dolmen Insurance's life and pensions, mortgage, and investment manager Áine Derham sits down to talk about mortgage protection, life cover and more.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Dolmen podcast. I'm here today with Áine, who looks after mortgage protection and family protection at Dolmen Insurance. Áine, mortgages and mortgage protection are always a hot topic. At Dolmen, you provide mortgage protection?
Yes, we do indeed.
And what would mortgage protection entail, or what is it for people like myself who are probably a little bit, I just know, take out my mortgage, I just sign for it and hope for the best?
Like a lot of clients that actually would come to us, Eric, a lot of clients, when they're actually going through the mortgage protection or borrowing process, sign so many documents they actually don't know what they have. It is a requirement whereby you must have a mortgage protection policy in situ to clear the outstanding mortgage in the event of yours or your partner's death.
So that's really why you would need it. It gives you just a little bit of security for both you and for the lender.
Absolutely.
And in terms of, do you need to take it out with the lender? Is it required to take it out the minute you draw down your mortgage?
Generally speaking, we advise clients to shop around the markets. A lot of the lenders are tied in to a specific life office. Therefore, do they get the best advice? Do they get the best value for money? Not necessarily. So this is where we would step in. We would shop the markets and we would get the clients the contract that suits their requirements. And, that is crucial in any plan that we advise on. It matches their requirements.
And say, for example, if I look at myself, I would have signed it straight away when I took out my mortgage. And then it's like an afterthought, maybe a year down the road, you say, oh, I wonder, are we paying too much for mortgage protection? Is it worth talking to someone in advance of applying for your mortgage? Or do you apply for your mortgage and then say, okay, I'll get my mortgage protection somewhere else? Is there a time that's best to come to talk to you about the mortgage or mortgage protection? Sorry.
Any time is good. What we do find is a lot of clients would contact us prior to making their loan application to get an idea what the costs are. We would have a lot of existing clients then coming back to us and having suddenly realized, I'm paying a lot here for my mortgage protection. Can you shop the markets for us? So we would do that, and then we would be in a position to help them make the transition from their existing plan to a new plan.
And is that a lengthy process, or is it pretty much Dolmen will take control and they will look after everything?
Absolutely. Eric, we would take total control of it. We would look after the paperwork, and then we would supply their lender with a revised mortgage protection schedule with the reduced premium or additional benefits as the case may be.
And with mortgage protection, I know it covers your mortgage in the event of a death, or in terms of, say, for example, if I was sick and I was out of work and there was a loss of earnings or something to that effect, how would mortgage protection step in, or would it provide any facility that way?
No, unfortunately, mortgage protection just pays out either on diagnosis of a terminal illness or on death. There is a misconception whereby it does pay an income in the event of redundancy or loss of earnings. That we can facilitate that product, okay, but it is not called mortgage protection.
It's a separate product.
Yeah,
entirely.
separate product. Yes.
Yeah. And in terms of cost, is mortgage protection calculated? I know it's how long is a piece of string, but is it calculated based on the value of the property, or is it based on the value of the amount that you've borrowed? Or how do you draw up, I suppose, the costing per month on mortgage protection?
Okay.
I know that's a question of how long is it? I'm trying to, for the listener, give them an idea of what's good value in mortgage protection.
Okay, so I suppose the factors used in calculating the premiums are your age and next birthday, smoker status. So non-smoker, cheaper rates, smoker or vapor are now considered as being a smoker. The loan amount. So whatever you're borrowing, be it from your lender, and the term. So those are the multiples that are used to calculate the premium. Now, the good news is Once the premium is calculated, that premium is locked in and it's guaranteed for the term of your mortgage, be it 25, 30, 35 years. Again, raising the smoker versus non-smoker. We advise clients, if they go off the cigarettes or the vapes for 12 months, get in contact, they will get reduced rates.
Perfect. There is a kind of you're able to adapt if you change your lifestyle or some circumstances change in terms of how you're living. Life cover is a separate product entirely, right?
Absolutely.
And if we kind of segue into life cover, what is life cover?
So life cover is a product whereby it is designed to pay out a lump sum in the event of your death.
Is it a single product or is there different types of life cover products available?
Yeah, we have an array of products available. It can be set up on a single life basis, dual life basis, whereby you have a husband and wife, or if you have people who are cohabiting, it can be life of another. Relevant to products, I suppose the most common product will be a term life product. So that will be designed to have high levels of cover in place for a period of time, or you have what we call the whole of life cover. That will be designed for inheritance tax or funeral expenses.
How does the payout work with life cover? Is it just a case of if I pass on, my wife or husband or cohabiting person would get paid, or is there other ways that it can be paid out? What's the process of paying out on a life policy?
The lump sum will be paid to the surviving spouse. The good news is that's tax-free, so no tax payable whatsoever. Life of another, and this is where it can get complicated, and unless the policy is set up under life of another, there may be inheritance tax due. So we would say to couples, talk to us, make sure it's set up correctly, because otherwise you're going to be landed with an inheritance tax bill.
Probably take a good chunk of what you're going to get as well, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, our government loves to take tax. And you could be talking 40, 50% payable on tax.
Wow. So speak to someone at the very start, get all that kind of ironed out so you understand what amount you're going to get. And is the premium guaranteed on a life?
The good news is from the outset that all premiums are guaranteed. So that's great. Whereby the client knows from day one exactly what their premium is. Again, if they change their smoking status, a reduction of premium is available.
So with life cover, it's normally like a monthly installment of, say for example, just pick a figure and we say €50 a month, and that would pay out X amount on death. Or does it cover terminal illness as well? Or
yes, terminal illness is included now in all policies, which is great news for clients because, being in this industry for 25 years plus, unfortunately, clients do get sick and clients die. And we've had several clients who have got bad news, cancer being, the largest terminal illness
around. Really?
Exactly. Yeah. And, they have claimed. The one good news is that when it comes to claims, 2 comments we would get back from clients. 1, we're glad we listened to you. 2, it's a pity the payout wasn't a little bit more.
And what would help them? Is it just a higher premium that you pay, or?
I suppose it's all relevant to cost. And again, what we would say to clients is year-on-year review, because circumstances do change, salaries do increase, and lifestyles do change. So, we would be in regular contact with our clients, reviewing their needs, making sure that in the event of death, that those are met.
So if I take out, say for example, I take out a life cover policy today and I'm married with 2 kids, is there policies that would cover a couple, or what's the best kind of approach for someone who, like myself, who is married, 2 young kids, and just wants to have some kind of security there in case something happens?
Yeah. Again, our advice would be a dual life policy where you have cover and your wife has cover, whereby in the event of either one of your deaths or both of your deaths, that a lump sum is paid out to your children. And the important thing here is about replacing income in the event of death, whereby the surviving spouse, partner, their lifestyle and their children's lifestyle shouldn't really change because of a death.
So, so that then I suppose calculating it, you go, Eric, you get 200 euros a week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 800 euros a month that we have to calculate into your life cover policy. Is that how the premium then is calculated? You go 800 euro, we need to cover that over the course of the next 20 years. And that's how it's calculated?
Yeah, we would factor in your current salary, the age of your children, take on board as to whether you would qualify for the widow's pension, okay? And then, that in itself would lead to a calculation of how much cover is required. And we would actually show that illustration to a client and say, well, look, this is the recommended level of cover. Now, clients not always will go with that because, again, some may have death in service through their job, or they may have other life cover policies in force. So we take all of that on board. And the important thing is, I suppose, affordability as well. What we don't want is the clients paying, 300 or 400 euros a month, which would be, a large premium. Taking out the policy and then stopping it because they can't simply afford it. So it's being realistic, relevant to the sums assured and the premium. And again, year-on-year review will help us, maintain a reasonable level of cover for our clients.
It's like, I suppose, it's like any insurance policy. You need to have regular reviews of it, right? You need
Absolutely.
to, like, you wouldn't sit and take the exact same motor insurance policy for the next 10 years and say, that's fine, yeah. So
absolutely.
with something like this, you don't want to just let it roll over. You want to kind of talk to someone like yourself in Dolmen. And I'm sure you guys are in contact with your clients at least to discuss any changes that might have happened, or you keep regular contact with with
we
clients.
do, between our emails and at least every 2 years a client will get a phone call from us to have the chat, how are things, and to review their cover. My motto has always been down throughout the years, we advise, you decide.
Right, yeah.
And, I think that's crucial, whereby we have the chat, we educate our clients relevant to the different products and the affordability of those products.
With life cover, there's always misconceptions with life cover. What's the biggest misconception you would find with life cover?
A lot of clients would be amazed that it's tax-free, the benefit is tax-free. Again, I suppose relevant to a due life policy. So that means that you have a couple insured. They will pay out on the death of the first life. The policy continues on the second life and at a reduced premium because we're going originally from 2 lives to 1. We have service agreements with all of the major life offices. So in the event of death, okay, firstly, we will meet with our clients. And a lot of brokers don't do that. We will go out, we will meet with our clients, we will run through the paperwork, we'll advise them of what they need, death cert, a few forms of ID, collect that from the client, and we will then process the claim. Generally speaking, a claim, if all of the paperwork is handed in together, you're looking at somewhere between 5 and 15 days in normal service.
So quite a quick turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something that, and I know from talking to other people in the industry, it's not something that all brokers or life cover providers do, is go and visit. It's because I'm sure it's not a nice kind of time to be around people.
Yeah.
But God, it must be invaluable to people when you have someone like yourself going out who's organising, here's the documents, this is what we need signed, sign here, blah, blah, blah. It's such a great service provided by Dolmen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, it's something that we pride ourselves in doing, because a lot of, we'll say, the big providers,
Well, you become a number, don't you? It's just like policy number XXX. Yeah. Whereas here, I feel like there's some kind of, it's almost, I don't want to say family because that's probably too strong a word, but there's definitely something personal with Dolmen, which is probably something, Áine, that's missing with a lot of the big providers.
Absolutely, Eric. A lot of our clients, we would be reviewing and looking after their affairs for the last 15, 20 years. So with us, it's personal. And more importantly, we've built a friendship with those clients. I might meet them across in Tesco, meet them in Swords. How are you? How are things? Are you still playing the golf, etc.? And a lot of our clients now, their children are in the workforce and they're coming to us looking for advice. So that's great insofar as our clients are referring on clients all of the time, and then the children actually come to us as well. So I think that's a testimony to us, the service that we provide, and the friendship that we've given our clients over the years.
Yeah, and like I'm here today doing the podcast, but I'm also a customer, and I notice the difference in the service that Dolmen provide. I notice the personal approach, and I'm sure that's why you're probably getting a lot of repeat clients and people who keep coming back and looking for advice and branching into other sections of, say, they might have life cover today, but they might take out their mortgage protection tomorrow. They might take out their car insurance. They might bring all these products your way. Is that just the general approach from Dolmen?
Yeah, I think, Eric, a lot of our clients, we develop a relationship with us. And I suppose the important thing here is trust, whereby they trust our advice and therefore they come back, they introduce new clients and their children to us, whereby we can also advise them. So I think that's a testimony to who we are and the relationship that we build with our clients. And they have, all of our clients, most of them have my mobile, and which is great. And they just phone, hi Áine, I'm looking for help. I'm looking for advice, and as I said, that's exactly what we do.
Brilliant. So you're available, Áine, and all the details are on the Dolmen website in terms of life cover and your contact details. So we'll direct people to that. Thanks a million for giving us an insight into both products. I'm sure it'll one, educate people, but two, it'll give them a chance to really consider these products.
Thank you for listening to the Dolmen Insurance podcast. For more episodes, or to find out more about the products discussed, visit dolmen-insurance.ie.